Hi Ankita, how are you?
Yeah, hi Rakesh, I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we start with the mock interview?
Yeah, sure, Rakesh.
Okay, and I'll let you know like this is a mock interview. So even if you don't know the answer of the question, so it is absolutely fine. I'll answer on your behalf. So just like if you get this question in a real-time interview, so then you should not face any issue at that time. Okay.
Yeah, sure, thank you.
Can you tell us something about yourself? What are your roles and responsibilities?
Yeah, so my name is Ankita Paul Chaudhary, and I have total 4 years of experience in both the manual and automation testing. In automation, it will be like 2 years, and and I have the knowledge of Java using Selenium in web automation, and I have used the framework Cucumber. And my roles and responsibilities will be like understanding the client requirement and then writing test cases, identifying the scenarios to be automated, executing the scripts, logging defects, and participating in all the Scrum activities. Yeah, that's it.
Correct. Okay, great. So what is the difference between throw and throws?
Throw and throws. Okay. Throw we will use in inside a method, or um, yeah, throw we will use inside a method, and throws we will use in the method signature. So using throw, we can throw only one exception, but using throws, we can throw multiple exceptions.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's all I can say.
Okay, no issues. So let me add further the points to this answer. So first of all, see, throw keyword will be used explicitly inside the code, as you were mentioning. You can also tell like inside the function or the block of the code. While Java throws keyword is used in the method signature. That is particularly to declare an exception which might be thrown by the function while at the time of execution of the code, right? And throw is used within the method, and throws is used within the method signature. So this is the very obvious difference that you will have to tell. Then second thing is we are allowed to throw only one exception at a time. We cannot throw multiple exceptions for throw keyword. And then you are telling for throws we can have multiple exceptions. For example, main will throw input output exception or SQL exception, right? So this is the another fundamental difference. Then you can also tell about the syntax, one of the point on syntax. And you can also tell about the declaration, like throw is used within the, oh sorry, that we already covered, right? So there are 2 to 3 things that you'll have to take care over here. One is the definition, then is the type of exception, then syntax, declaration, and internal implementation. So how it would take place,
Yeah.
right? Now, can you explain me the priorities of the locators that you have applied in your project? How do you decide that this particular locator is gonna help over here, or this will be reliable or accurate over here?
Mm, I couldn't get your point actually. Like,
Okay, okay. Let's say if you are doing automation of a web page, right? And
mm,
now you are having various locators for that particular element in a web page which you are trying to automate.
mm,
You have ID, you have got XPath, you have got class, you have got name of that element. Now, what will be your approach? How will you decide that this particular locator is gonna, if you use that particular locator in the automation script, it will be reliable?
uh,
Mhm.
mostly we will go for XPath only.
Okay, yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, we'll go for XPath only
Mhm.
because I feel that is more reliable. But other than that, I'm not sure.
Correct. So see, this kind of situational based or scenario based automation questions can come to you. So what you can tell
Mm,
is, as you mentioned it very rightly, you'll go for XPath. You can tell you'll go for relative XPath to be to be very sure,
yeah.
and then you can tell about the difference and the advantages of going for relative XPath. Then you can also explain them. Let's say if then they'll come up with some cross questions like, what if the class name is same, or XPath you are not able to achieve it? So then you can tell that even if there are multiple elements present on that web page with a same class name, then you'll go for ID or you'll go for name. Or you can also take a kind of what I would say locator, such that, let's say if there are two checkboxes on a web page, okay,
Yeah.
and if first checkbox is having the same class name, second checkbox is having the same class name, so you can use
You
that
can
particular
use
class
XPath
name.
access. Yeah.
Correct, correct. Then you can also use the text if it is followed by some text or sibling, all these things. So you'll have
Mhm.
to tell all these things to make sure that they should be very confident that you are having all those kind of knowledge. You have explored automation to that level, because locators play a very vital role in automation, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Now, what does new do while object creation? Let's say we write WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver. So what is new doing over here?
Uh, I'm not sure of it.
No, no, you can give a try. See, new
Like
keyword.
it is.
Uh-huh. You know the answer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is for object creation only, but
Correct, correct.
specifically what new is doing, I
Okay.
don't know.
So I'll tell you, it is used to create an instance of the class. Okay. In other
Yeah.
words, you can also tell it instantiates a class by allocating a memory for a new object and returning a reference
Oh,
to that memory. So this is what happens. Right now, is WebDriver a class or interface?
WebDriver, it is an interface.
Right. Now, let's say if I give you a string test234
Mhm.
and I want only the number 234 as the output. How will you achieve this using Java program? You can tell me the logic.
We have a string.
Test234, and I need the
Okay.
output as 234 only out of that particular string.
Mm, First, we need to use mm,
You can
uh,
give it a try.
uh,
Mhm.
first we will use a for loop for reading through all the characters of that string,
Okay,
and then we will use uh, we can use split or trim method, I guess, to
mm,
um, I think we can use split or trim method.
right.
I'm not
Mhm.
very sure of it, but I think any of these two method will help in getting the numeric value of the string.
Okay, correct. Let me share my screen and show it to you. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay, now we took the string as test234 over here, right? So what I have used over here is I've simply used the regular expression over here. Okay, let's say if this
Okay.
is a string, for example, x and then 1 2 3 4 g21. So I'll use this particular regular expression to replace all. This is actually a method of string, inbuilt string itself, and then I'll just
Okay.
print the digits for those things. So this is also one of the method. The one method that you were mentioning about using a for loop and iterate it and run that loop for all the numbers, that is also fine, but this is also one of the method. So in an interview you
Yeah.
might get that can you tell me one or two methods of how to achieve this particular output using Java program, so you can use this solution as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, at the time of automation, let's say if you get element not visible exception, so how will you handle this thing using automation?
Uh, could be because of the synchronization issue.
Mm-hmm.
So we can use weights concept to we can use implicit weight or maybe explicit weight also
Right.
to deal with such exceptions.
Mm-hmm. Which one will you go for, implicit or explicit?
We can like if it is for a particular element, we can use explicit weight.
Mm-hmm.
So we can put the condition like till that element is visible, we can use that those conditions. So we can use explicit weight for a particular element. If it is happening for all the elements, we can that time we can use implicit weight.
Perfect answer. Perfect. So you have got two solutions to this answer. First of all is you will identify a very unique XPath that matches with that single element only. Second solution is to go for explicit weight, that is the weight in Selenium, and you will make that script to wait till the element is not visible. Once it is visible, you will
Yeah.
perform your operation. So that's very right answer. What is, oh sorry, why is PageFactory used?
PageFactory is used for it is used for design pattern only. So
Mm-hmm.
we have various annotations in PageFactory. Like we have at find by annotation, we have at find by's annotation, we have at find all annotation, then we have at catch a lookup annotation,
Mm-hmm.
and we have I don't remember anything. Like we have this type of annotations to find the locators. Like at find by element is used if we want to capture, if we want to use only one locator for a particular web element, we can use at find by annotation. And if we use like if we want to have multiple locators for a particular web element, and
Mm-hmm.
it should it should satisfy the or operator, that time we can use at find by's notation. And if we have multiple like if we use multiple, if it is satisfies and operator, that time we can use at find all annotation. And at catch a lookup is used for memory cleanup process.
Mm-hmm.
So these annotations will help in like for
Mm-hmm.
capturing those XPaths only.
Mm-hmm.
So we use PageFactory.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, now let's say if you are automating iframe, okay, now how
Okay.
you will switch over the elements in iframe using WebDriver commands? Which are all the
Uh,
ways by which you can switch over the elements in iframes?
okay, we will use driver.switch2.frame, and we can use frame. We can use um, frame ID,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
frame ID, frame index, and we can use frame
name,
name. Yeah, we can use frame name, frame index, and frame ID.
right? And then you can also use by web element itself, right?
Oh yeah. We
Yeah.
can use webelement also.
Okay. Now let's say you have to automate nested iframes. So how will you handle this nested iframes in Selenium WebDriver?
Uh, nested iframes, we can like we have to go from one frame to another only. Like
Mm-hmm.
first
Right.
we have to go from driver dot switch to
Mm.
frame, then we have to go after that we need to go to the another frame using the same driver dot switch to dot frame method. Like that only we have to go. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I know this
Right.
method only.
Right. So
Like one
switch
after
to,
we cannot go to like third frame directly from the parent frame. We have to go from one frame to another, then second frame to third frame. Like that only we need to go.
correct, correct. Now this interview question can also be asked to you in this manner. How do I switch from my child to a parent window in using Selenium WebDriver? So over there again, you will be using this switch to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it
uh,
will be,
uh,
yeah.
in for window we have like string URL, and we
Mm-hmm.
can pass the string URL, we can pass the Windows ID, and we can pass the URL ID, and string title, I guess we can a string name.
Yeah.
Or
So you mean to say you will get the window title of the child window, and
yeah,
then we will.
we will pass the window ID, and then we can pass that particular ID, and we can
Mhm.
directly go to the child window.
Okay, passing that ID as a parameter, and then you are.
Yeah,
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 that can
correct.
also be one of the method. Okay. Now let's say if you have to clear browser cookies using Selenium WebDriver, so how you will achieve it?
We have a method in Selenium like delete all cookies method we have.
Hmm.
So using that, we can delete all the cookies.
Right. Now consider there are two test methods. One is test1 and test2 in TestNG. Okay.
Okay.
But your method in test1, it would get executed only if test2 gets executed. So how will you achieve this?
Mm,
So
we
first,
can
please go ahead. Please go ahead.
we have a parameter, I guess, depends on parameter. um, I think we have an annotation. I think
Mhm.
we have an annotation. Depends on annotation we have. So we can pass that test name one in depends on, and then it will like if my test case one pass, then only test case two will execute. Otherwise, it will not get executed.
Okay. So are you sure about this answer?
Yeah, I'm not completely sure, but I think it is like some depends on method is there. So it will help in like if our test case are dependent, then we can use this annotation.
Okay, okay. So let us give this question to the audience. So once this video will be uploaded, so this will be an open question to the viewers of this video. There are two test methods. One is test1 and test2 in TestNG. But there are methods in test1 which would get executed only if test2 gets executed. So what will be the approach or what would be the method? So it's an open question for the
Maybe we can
audience.
use
Mhm.
yeah assertions also. I guess we can use
Assertions? Assertions.
uh, so if our assert condition fails, then the remaining test two will not get executed.
Test2 will not get executed. Okay, but test1 methods have dependency on test2 methods. So if assertion fails in test2, but which assertion you are thinking of? Soft assertion?
Assertions in test
Mhm.
like in I'm talking about like if assertion in if our assertions in test one fails, then test two will not get executed. That I
Mhm.
was telling.
Okay, okay, fine. So these are your answers. So let us wait for the answers from the viewers also. So we'll be updating the answer of this question after the video is getting uploaded after 24 hours. Okay.
Okay.
Now consider a situation where you are you have started testing some particular application and it is the day one of the sprint, right? You might be aware about agile methodology,
Yeah.
right? So what would be your testing approach?
In day one, we will basically um, we will try to understand the like what all we need to do. Like we will go with understanding that what all we need to do in that current sprint, and then we will do all the like basic testing like if the application is
Mhm.
like low level testing only we will
Low
do
level testing,
in
or
day
you
one.
can say you will do API level testing because still the development would be going on the day one.
Yeah,
Or you can also say you'll be writing test cases. You'll get your test cases reviewed by the leads or the
yeah,
senior.
we will write the test cases, we will review out we will get it reviewed by our test lead, or if any senior tester is there, we will get the peer review, and we will do the some basic testings or um, yeah, and we will understand like what all we need to do in the entire sprint. Those things also we will discuss with our teammates.
Mhm.
So
Correct, correct.
That's all.
And you can also take part in verification. You will verify the requirements if they are not breaking anything, or like backward compatibility is there, or the data is being retrieved from previous versions to another version. So those all kind of verification you will be doing. Kind of, I would say, static testing,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Now, let's say you have to run your automation daily and you have almost 400 to 500 tests. And every test have got some kind of priority. Some tests are P1, some are P2, some are P3. Will you run all the automated tests every day?
Uh, no, we won't run all the test cases every day. Like if any changes are made, so like we will see what all test cases are getting affected.
Mhm.
So depending upon that, we will run our test suite.
Okay.
Like we won't do we will not run all the test cases on a daily basis.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, if any changes are made, so we will see like which all test cases will get affected, and based upon that only we will run our test cases.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Can you tell me high level test scenarios of the payment option that you will get in the Amazon.com?
uh, Payment option. Okay.
Mhm.
First, we need to verify whether whether the product is added to the cart, and product is properly added to the cart, and then we have to verify whether we have all the payment options like net banking and credit card, debit card. All the options are available.
Mhm.
Then we need to verify whether um, if we click the net banking, it is not redirecting to some other payment option.
Mhm.
Then we need to see like while making the while clicking any while making the payment, it is clearly showing like all the payment details, like the amount is clearly populating, and all the product details are properly populating or not. Then if we need to see verify whether the while making the payment, that OTP is generated within the desired time or not. Then we need to see if some other OTP, like any random OTP, can be used to make the payment or not. Then we need to check whether uh, um, we need to see like while making the payment, if the internet connection is poor, or like if the customer is going back, then how the system will react to that. And then we need to see after making the payment whether our whether the order is showing in that my orders history or not. Then we need to mm, 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 other than that, for other services like credit card or debit card, um, all the mm, yeah, I think I
That was good. I think you covered almost all the scenarios. You can add one or two scenarios by, like, let's say if your bill is of, for example, 1,000, but you have 500 in your account, so that particular thing won't work. Then you can also add about the negative test cases about the debit card or credit card which has already got expired, like those things,
okay.
right? Mm. Then UPI method, Paytm options, and all these things. Net banking you covered. Yeah, I think that was good. Yeah. Okay, Ankita, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
uh like
Mm-hmm.
actually I feel like I know many things, but
Mm-hmm.
while interview, like I'm not able to express myself. So
Correct.
like I feel like I'll be telling something wrong or something like that. So like I'm not able to communicate properly.
Okay.
So I don't know how to boost the confidence to attend the interview.
Okay. So first of all, get out of that stage fear, or get out of that fear like I might tell something wrong. Okay, it happens. See, many a times we know the answers. Even after 11 or 12 years, even I know the answer, but sometimes even I might tell wrong. But at that time, you have to support yourself. You have to be with yourself that a human being is bound to make mistakes. That is absolutely fine. We are not God. We are not like
Yeah.
something that knows 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100 answers. So that is totally fine. Accept that thing first. The moment you accept those things, then automatically you will see, even if you are not able to recall the 100% of answer, your mind or your heart will support you and you will get the answer in the interviews, right? See, most of the things. I think I covered Selenium. I covered one question on Java program. I gave you various scenarios on Selenium. You were knowing the
Hmm.
answer. You were just you. It was not like you were answering in a wrong manner or you were not giving proper answers. You took your time to recall, to think, and that is absolutely fine. Now you have to support yourself. That is, see, even if you feel like this answer I am not knowing in an interview, tell the interviewer, sir, give me, sir or ma'am, give me 1 or 2 minutes. I'm just thinking. After that, you can also tell that I'm not sure about this answer, but let me give it a try. So they will like that attitude a lot, that at least she's putting her efforts. So this is how you can drive the interview in your direction, right? Don't get scared at all.
Okay.
Don't worry at all. This is not the last interview. There are many companies in India. Day by day, the
Yeah.
MNC companies are also increasing. The startups are also increasing. So don't worry at all. You are having good knowledge, you'll get job. If you want to switch to some good dream company, that also you will get. But you'll have to
Okay.
support yourself. You'll have to be, and the moment you start supporting yourself, you start feeding yourself with the support, then automatically your interviews will be going positive, right? So the more positivity you will show in the interview, the more calmness your mind will get, and the sooner it will be able to think about the answers, right? So be confident, be positive. Whatever
Okay.
you answer from that thing. Even if you don't know the answer, you just tell them that you are taking a try over here, but yes, you want to go for it. And at the end of the interview, you can also ask, can I get the answer of that question? So they will like this attitude a lot, right?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ankita. Anything else?
No, Rakesh, it's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you so
time.
much. Yeah. And please share my channel name and this link of the video within your network and with your friends as well. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, 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 Rakesh.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.